Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another Mad Meta Magic, where we try to make the magic meta mad. Now, this one will probably be a quick one, because I'm recording late. I just got done streaming for the day. It was a good stream. But we're going to play Morophon combo. Now, I've made some adjustments from the list that I played on stream. I played a lot of decks, two of which we brewed up, which was a lot of fun. But the basic idea here is we Sorin the Imperious Bloodlord to play out a Morophon for effectively 3 mana. Then we play like the first Sliver, Sliver Legion, or Sliver Hive Lord, and then cascade into like a Cloud Shredder Sliver, give them all haste, they have Indestructible from Hive Lord, or they're really huge from Sliver Legion, and you just kill your opponent. Between that, we have some consistency tools, a little bit of fast mana, some Thought Seizes to help protect the combo, and some good green and white sideboard to also help protect the combo. So, without much further ado, let's go ahead and take this into a Modern League and see how we do. I'll see you guys in round 1. And round 1, here we go. Well, we have a lot of Eladamri's calls, but, you know what? I'm gonna keep. Let's see what Thoughtseize does for us. Alright, we draw a Simian Spirit Guide. Start with a Thoughtseize. Opponent cracks Scalding Tarn. Gets a Steam Vents tapped. And our opponent is playing a Snapcaster Mage Thing in the Ice deck, and we're gonna take Archmage's Charm from them. Alright, pass the turn. So we need to find Sorin and the combo pieces, basically. Opponent slams Island and Thing in the Ice. We draw Cloud Shredder Sliver, that's good. Yeah, I think I'm just going to play Oath of Nissa here. Alright, we'll take Morophon. Rest to the bottom. Pass the turn. Okay. Opponent untaps. They play an island. So they're holding the 3 cards we know about plus 1 unknown. Fetch with Verdant Catacombs, we need to get a Temple Garden. Tapped. Untap. We draw Sorin. Okay. So we're really just 1 turn away here. On my opponent's end step, we're going to Eladamri's Call. Hopefully trying to bait their Cryptic, really. Okay, there's the Cryptic. They're going to counter and bounce a land. Well, if we draw one of our big slivers, I think it's game over. That almost counts. So, shock Temple Garden. Pass the turn. If we can get an Eladamri's Call to resolve, I'll feel really good about this. Opponent plays a Scalding Tarn, so they're holding Snapcaster, Jace the Mind Sculptor. So my opponent probably Snapcaster's Archmage's Charm here, because they're trying to deny us the combo. Alright, so they Mystic Sanctuary, putting Cryptic on top. I think next turn, basically regardless of what happens, we have to Sorin Morophon in. Yep. Alright, so they counter that spell. They're holding Jace, 1 unknown. But unless they have Force of Negation, they can't really stop what we're going to do here. So, exile Spirit Guide, play Sorin, downtick, put Morophon into play, naming Sliver, play Cloud Shredder Sliver, go to combat, hit our opponent for 8, opponent goes down to 10, so they draw Cryptic Command, which I think they have to use to stay alive. They're probably going to put Morophon back in our hand. They could just repulse him. They Lightning Bolt our face. They may also just have enough damage to kill us. They Cryptic Command, bouncing Sorin, flipping Awoken Horror, which doesn't flip Morophon because it has Changeling. If we had 1 more mana, so if we had the optimum mana base, we actually would have survived that and killed our opponent. Okay, so versus control, we bring in 4 Veil of Summer, and I think I'm just going to drop Call the Gatewatch, because that seems like our worst card versus our opponent. We should have a good matchup here, because between our Hand Hate and Veil of Summer, we should be able to resolve our actual, like, combo. It's not likely that our opponent has enough disruption to actually get through that. Well, we have Veil, we have Eladamri's Call, we have Inquisition to start. We're missing quite a lot, though. I think I can mulligan for a better hand. Alright, well, I mean, we have a Sliver Legion and effectively have the same hand as before. So let's start Fetch, Shock Overgrown Tomb, and Inquisition. Opponent has Blood Moon, Remand, Ashiok, Archmage's Charm. I think we gotta take Ashiok, actually. Well, maybe we need to take Blood Moon. We're gonna take Ashiok. Yeah, we're gonna have to start fetching basics. Opponent starts Mystic Sanctuary tapped. We untap and draw Eladamri's Call. Not a huge fan of this, but I think we need to go get a basic Plains and cast Call now. We get Morophon. Pass the turn. So now my opponent plays Island, holds up Remand, Snapcaster. We draw another Veil. Well, we can't do anything, so we pass. Opponent plays a Scalding Tarn, cracks Scalding Tarn. Gets a Steam Vents, and plays Blood Moon. Yeah, well, there's nothing we can do about that. Well, they're not casting Archmage's Charm for a while, that much is for sure. I could cast out Simian Spirit Guide. I think it's unlikely we're going to need it for mana, so I'm going to do that, actually. I think my opponent's got us. We just drew our fetch land too late. I mean, if we top deck a green source, there's some potential. But it flashes in Snapcaster as an Ambush Viper. But it plays a Flooded Strand. They're holding Remand and Archmage's Charm. They attack us for 2. This is a race we lose because our opponent is playing Lightning Bolt. Although Cloud Shredder Sliver is kind of funny. Opponent probably has to Remand this, because otherwise we start winning the race. The old Blood Moon fixing your mana for you. So opponent did Remand. They hit us for 2. Top decking a Forest would make me feel so great here. Alright, a second Cloud Shredder Sliver. Well, we're still going to try. Another Remand. Go to combat, hit our opponent for 2. Opponent untaps. Attacks us for 2. We go down to 10. We untap and draw Oath of Nissa. Continue trying to replay the Sliver. It does resolve this time. Go to combat. Attack our opponent for 3. They bolt our face. They Snapcaster Bolt, and we lose. Alright, well that's a little unfortunate. I'll see you guys in round 2. Alrighty, round 2, here we go. I mean, this hand kind of has the combo, it's just really slow. It's a turn 4, I think. We can try it. Being on the draw, though, is probably not going to be fast enough. Opponent starts Forest, Arboreal Grazer. It's definitely not fast enough. Simic Growth Chamber picking up Forest. Alright, we untap. We draw Morophon. Okay. Alright, so we actually have... we might actually have the complete combo. So we can Eladamri's Call for the first Sliver or Sliver Hive Lord next turn. But my opponent will be playing a Primeval Titan, and we're just going to lose? Question mark. Play Verdant Catacombs, pass the turn. So, I remember when Modern was a turn 4 format, and just dying on turn 3 to Primeval Titan isn't fun. So, we'll bring in Damping Sphere, Force of Vigor, Nature's Claim. We'll cut Call the Gatewatch, and Simian Spirit Guide, I think. Try it like this. Yeah, Castle Garenbrig just being a you can play Titan for one less mana land is really frustrating. Alright, we'll play first. Okay. This might actually be doable. If Inquisition and Thoughtseize can hit relevant targets, and our Oath of Nissas can find us another land and a combo piece, we should be good. So we take Amulet. Opponent has a Wreck Sage. Okay. Opponent plays a Forest. Draws Amulet anyway. Like, okay. Yeah. My opponent may actually be unbeatable. You just have, like, god luck like that, sure. Okay, well, we gotta take Sorin here. We did draw another land. Rest to the bottom. Play Plains. So the cool thing about this is, if my opponent plays Wreck Sage, we don't need Oath of Nissa. Okay, Simic Growth Chamber untaps. They pick up the Forest. They did not float mana. They pass. I feel like that was a mistake. Okay, we draw Sliver Hive Lord. So we have to start Oath of Nissa here. Keep the new one, I guess. Doesn't matter. Forest or another Cloud Shredder Sliver. We take the Forest. Unfortunately, it does not produce black mana. So my opponent played out Growth Chamber. If we don't draw Morophon, we Thoughtseize our opponent next turn. Actually, we can Thoughtseize... Well, no, because we still need to draw Morophon. So let's go ahead and Thoughtseize. My opponent can play Wreck Sage, but we're going to take Prime Time, because we don't really care about Wreck Sage. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Wooded Foothills. Cracks Wooded Foothills. Gets a Breeding Pool untapped, despite the fact they could just have it enter tapped and untap itself, but sure, you got me. Explore. Play a Sunhome. This is an old build if they're playing Sunhome. Maybe not. Actually, Sunhome's kind of reasonable because it actually lets you kill with Titan. So our opponent has a Summoner's Pact. We have to draw Morophon this turn, and we did not. Play Sorin, +1 Sorin, pass the turn. I guess if my opponent Summoner's Pacts for a Titan, we can Force of Vigor in response to stop our opponent from just outright killing us. It does mean we're giving up our kill to do it, though. And because we have to pitch Sliver Hive Lord to Force of Vigor. So my opponent does get a Prime Time. We get a first Sliver, we get one more draw. And we don't find it. Yeah, if we had... my opponent does not have red and white mana to give Prime Time double strike. Oh, shoot. Okay. Okay, Verdant Catacombs, crack Verdant Catacombs. Get a Temple Garden. Untapped. We can play we can exile Spirit Guide. Play Cloud Shredder Sliver. And give it Death Touch and Lifelink. Is this only until end of turn? Why is this not until your next turn? I'm pretty sure I'm actually just dead. Maybe not. Opponent does have to pay mana. If we draw Morophon and Cascade into a Sliver spell that matters, we can win. Never mind, we're just dead. Opponent attacks us after playing Dryad, and we lose. Because they just get, like, double Valakut. And I'm pretty sure they don't need Vesuva for that. That is unfortunate. Alright, moving on to round 3. I didn't expect this deck to be good. I'm just, I'm a little bit frustrated with the state of Modern design tonight. Alrighty. Round 3, here we go. I just want to get the combo once at this point. I don't even need to win the round. No, going to 5. Alright, well this is a turn 3 Soren. Except for the fact we gotta put back... Hang on, wait a minute. Okay, yeah. Alright, well if we can get a big card off of Oath of Nissa and Eladamri's Call for Morophon or whatever other sliver we don't have, and then we draw land by turn 3. This is a turn 3 Soren jank. Alright. Well, we did indeed draw a 3rd land. Start Oath of Nissa. We'll take Sliver Legion. Kind of let the cat out of the bag, I think. Pass the turn. Our opponent is playing Spirits. We draw Temple Garden. Play a Plains. I'm just going to do this now while they don't have mana. We'll go get Morophon. Pass the turn. We need a Cloud Shredder Sliver or another big sliver to have an instant kill here. Opponent plays a Drogskull Captain. Well, the good news is we're going to get to play 2 broken creatures this turn. Unless my opponent has a Force of Negation, which I don't think they play. But I mean, at least we get to do it. Crack Windswept Heath, get a Forest. Play Soren. Downtick. Play Morophon. Name Sliver. And play Sliver Legion. Pass the turn. We got a couple of big, beefy Sliver boys. Opponent plays a Mausoleum Wanderer. And a Supreme Phantom. Tap 2 untapped spirits you control, tap a creature you don't control. So my opponent can prevent us from attacking with one of our creatures. They hit us for a lot. We draw a Cloud Shredder Sliver. Play Oath of Nissa. Hopefully we can find another big sliver to kill our opponent with. No creatures. Lame. Get a Temple Garden. Rest at the bottom. Play a Cloud Shredder Sliver. Make the slivers real big. Go to combat. Opponent taps are 10-10. We could hit them for 12. Then we could Lightning Helix, sacking Morophon. If I don't Lightning Helix, I'm for sure dead. That sucks that our opponent got a mana-less way to interact with what we're doing. If I sack Morophon now, our other guys get a lot smaller. If I stay back on defense... Alright, well... We're staying back on defense. Oh, I needed to give this lifelink. Ah. I was thinking this only gives Death Touch. I needed to give that lifelink an attack. My bad, everybody. So we had a real chance at winning that, and I punted. We don't have any sideboard for this, so we just run it back. Because Veil of Summer doesn't help. Alright, we get to play first. Gonna mulligan. Yeah. I guess I'm gonna keep this. We can put back Simian Spirit Guide. Hopefully multiple Thoughtseizes to start the game. Can at least disrupt our opponent's curve enough. Problem is we have to take a lot of damage to do this. Because I have to shock myself next turn. What has Mausoleum Wanderer, so I'm going to take that. Pass the turn. Don't mind Rattle Chains too much. I will take Spell Queller from my opponent, though, before they get to 3 mana. So opponent starts Seachrome Coast, no plays. We draw Soren Imperious Bloodlord, okay. So we are going to Eladamri's Call this turn. Like I said, don't really care about Rattle Chains. They play a Plains. They pass the turn because Rattle Chains has Flash. Get a Temple Garden. Get Morophon. Untap. We draw Plains. So unless my opponent has a mana leak, we're getting in for a lot of damage this turn. So put Morophon into play, name Sliver, cast Cloud Shredder, go to combat, and attack for 6. Opponent flashes in Rattle Chains. Okay, they untap. They play a Cavern of Souls on Spirit, and they do not attack. We untap. We draw another Sorin. So uptick Sorin on Morophon. Go to combat. Opponent has a Shacklegeist, which they drew. They tap Morophon. We attack with Cloud Shredder, because it's free. Take our opponent to 12. We are going to Thoughtseize our opponent. We don't care if they attack Sorin here. We were just hoping to stop their Spell Quellers. So I'll take a Spell Queller, I guess. I didn't think they'd have 2. Because now if we need to rely on the lifelink from from Sorin, we're not going to have it. But if my opponent goes for the Drogskull Captain play this turn, they attack Sorin. Oh, we still can't gain life because they're smart enough to leave back 2 creatures. We untap. Come on, first Sliver. I mean, Sliver Legion. That probably does something. And by does something, I mean kills my opponent. Play Sorin. Nice! So we probably should have won this game. Or we should have won this match, but through a misplay, we're going on to game 3, which we are not going to be favored to win because our opponent is on the play. Alright. We'll keep this. We just need to draw black mana. We can Eladamri's Call for Cloud Shredder Sliver. And hopefully our opponent taps out. Or just doesn't have their counterspell creatures. Okay, start Temple Garden tapped. Pass the turn. I mean, if I draw a swamp, I would think I would just go for it here. Okay, I do not draw a swamp. Play Plains. Pass the turn. Okay, opponent has a Rattle Chains. I am going to cast this on my opponent's end step because if they do have a Queller, I want them to use it now. If they don't quell this, we're in trouble. And we still have to draw black mana. So, Eladamri's Call, get a Cloud Shredder, untap, draw another Morophon. So, play Temple Garden tapped, pass the turn. Now they have Shacklegeist. They play an Aether Vial. They definitely have Queller. So we need to draw black mana and then a second Sorin. There's black mana. So play Sorin. Yep. Well, we knew they had it. So now we have to draw another Sorin Imperious Bloodlord, and if we do, we win instantly. And if we don't, we lose horribly. Oath of Nissa would be reasonable because it could potentially get us to a Sorin. We take 9 here. Our opponent leaving back creatures to activate Shacklegeist is... Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. Our opponent's like specific combination of counter spells that don't get countered by Veil of Summer, plus onboard non-mana tap effects for our big creatures, especially the one that we need to give lifelink to win an aggro matchup in. Seems like the nightmare matchup, really. Besides the like mono counterspell deck, or like 8-rack. Not really in the metagame right now, though, so I wasn't particularly worried. I do like this combo a lot. I think it's very silly. And I'm glad that we've gotten to kind of play around with it a little bit. At least do some of the Morophon things. Just because it's fun. Alrighty, round 4, here we go. I would like to play first. I mean, we have the full combo minus Sorin, so I suppose I should keep. Okay. So start Windswept Heath. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Start Spire Bluff Canal, so they're either Blitz or Storm. Crack Windswept Heath. Get a Temple Garden. Tapped. We untap. Draw Sliver Hive Lord. Play a Forest. Pass the turn. So we'll have the full combo if we draw Sorin. Alright, they play a Thopter Foundry. Oops. So we're going to go ahead and wish for, well, not wish, but Aladmari's Call for a Cloud Shredder Sliver. We untap Sorin one time. Oath of Nissa, okay. Play Oath. We'll get the first Sliver. Man, if we could just draw Sorin now, that'd be great. I really wish Adventurous Impulse got Planeswalkers as well as creatures or lands, because then we'd have a redundant Oath of Nissa effect. Ah yes, your Thopter Sword combo. Problem is they're holding up the Improvise Mana Leak. Not that they have the actual Thopter Sword combo. So, play Overgrown Tomb tapped, pass the turn. On our opponent's end step, we'll try calling the Gatewatch to go get Sorin. Opponent sacks Sword of the Meek on their end step. Opponent plays an Urza, and they just go infinite? Really? So for those of you that don't know, Urza plus Sword of the Meek plus Thopter Foundry is infinite life, infinite tokens, and we don't have a way to gain trample. I mean, our janky combo is like, not like it's particularly good or anything, right? But it's just frustrating. I just want to cast a big changeling. Let me cast a big changeling. Alright, we're going to cut some Simian Spirit Guides here. Because the acceleration is not what matters. We're going to try and interact with our opponent. Alright, we'll play first. Well, we got a Godless Shrine. We have Morophon first Sliver. We just need green mana of all things. Yeah, sure, whatever. Let's do it. This is a turn 2 combo if we get green mana. So, start Godless Shrine untapped. Give him the old Inquisition. Our opponent has Nile Spellbomb, because they think that'll help. Fatal Push. That actually kind of matters. Metallic Rebuke and Goblin Engineer. So I'm going to take Metallic Rebuke. Like, if we could just draw green mana and then cascade into the stupid haste sliver, that'd be great. Opponent starts Darkslick Shores, Nile Spellbomb. We untap green mana one time. Oh! Absolutely rewarded. Why did I need green mana? I don't need green mana, I just needed any mana. I mean, I'm not, you know, whatever. I'm tired. I'm tired and slightly on tilt. Downtick, Sorin. Put in Morophon. Name Sliver. Play the first Sliver. Cascade. Into a Thoughtseize. I'm okay with this. So we can take Fatal Push, Goblin Engineer, or Urza. Honestly, kind of want to take Goblin Engineer, but Fatal Push probably matters more. So take Fatal Push. Alright, opponent untaps. They're going to play a Mountain, I think. Oh, they're going to play a Spire Bluff Canal and Goblin Engineer. Putting in Snaring Bridge down? Really? Alright, we untap. Draw Nurturing Peatland. So start Oath of Nissa. We have a short impulse and a redraw to try and find something here. Alright, we get the first Sliver. Rest of the bottom in any order. Play Nurturing Peatland. Get the redraw. Aladamri's Call, but it's too late. So cast the first Sliver, double Cascade. We had a Nature's Claim. We could kill Nile Spellbomb, so my opponent can't just immediately get back Nature's Claim, I guess. Or can't get back Ensnaring Bridge, but they will be able to because they're holding Chromatic Star. Cascade into Cloud Shredder. There it is. And now watch me lose because I Nature's Claimed my opponent. Yeah, I'm casting Cloud Shredder. Oh, we get to Cascade again? What do we hit this time? Oath of Nissa? Sure. Maybe that'll get me a Sliver Legion and I'll just kill them. That would be justice, I think. Yeah! We did it! Cloud Shredder. First Sliver. We'll keep the old one. Play Sliver Legion. No, we will not cast Force of Vigor. Sweet! Yeah, take that, ridiculous combo deck. We beat you with a ridiculous combo. With our Singleton Simian Spirit Guide. Perfect. I guess I could bring in Wheel of Sun and Moon and actually enchant my opponent. So that way if they sack Sword of the Meek, it just goes back in their deck. It prevents them from infinite comboing and actually doing quite a lot of things. That may actually be better than just like a random Nature's Claim, but my opponent does have Ensnaring Bridge, so we're just going to keep it as we are. I really thought there was a 1 green mana, like look at the top 5, take a creature or planeswalker, or take a creature or like land, but there's not. I keep thinking of Ancient Stirrings, or Commune with the Gods, which is 2 mana and much worse. Well, we have interaction. We have Morophon, we have all the mana we need, but we do not have Sorin. I'm going to mulligan. Close. There's the combo, but no... Alright, yeah, keep. Put back Veil, and I guess Sliver Hive Lord. We'll need to Eladamri's Call for Morophon. Or if we draw Morophon, like a Sliver Legion or something. So my opponent starts... No! No! Pithing Needle on Sorin. Can't do that. Alright, well we draw Swamp. Play Windswept Teeth. Pass the turn. We're gonna fetch up a Temple Garden. Alright, opponent gets a Goblin Engineer. So we go get Temple Garden. Opponent is probably going to put Ensnaring Bridge in the grave, unless it's an actual combo piece they need, like Sword of the Meek. That would do it. Alright. We draw a second Cloud Shredder Sliver, which is not the Nature's Claim we were hoping for. Play Verdant Catacombs, so we can fetch up a Forest and Eladamri's Call. Man, you know what this deck actually needs? Like the deep tech out of the side? We need Harmonic Sliver. The one that is like the Night of Autumn effect. Destroy target artifact or enchantment when it enters the battlefield. Just like naturalize on a Sliver. That's what we need, because we could play that for free. That's our force of destroy Ensnaring Bridge. Alright, opponent gets an Aether Spellbomb and puts a Thopter Foundry in the grave, so we are pretty much dead here. We can't get rid of Pithing Needle and cast Sorin. Get a Forest. Eladamri's Call for Morophon. Untap. We draw another Eladamri's Call. Play a Swamp. I could play Sorin, but I doubt he would survive. So we'll just pass. Eladamri's Call, I could actually get a Simian Spirit Guide, and then if I draw Nature's Claim, we have the win. We do not. Do we? Alright, opponent plays Urza, Lord High Artificer. But I have to draw exactly Nature's Claim. Nothing else does it. And my opponent still gets an unsummon out of the deal. So that actually means we're probably not going to get it here. Like, even if we do draw the Nature's Claim. If they didn't have Aether Spellbomb, that would be one thing, but... Get Simian Spirit Guide. Untap. We draw Verdant Catacombs, and we scoop it up. Ow, ow, that was loud. Well, we've won some games. I will see you all in round 5. Alrighty, round 5, here we go. Alright, well we got the tutors, but I think we can get a better hand than that. This one's close. I'm going to keep. I'm going to put back Eladamri's Call, because all we need is Sorin. Opponent starts Plains Aether Vial. We drew the Sorin. Unbelievable. Fetch up an Overgrown Tomb. I shouldn't have fetched, because I do want to draw a third land, and leaving more lands in the deck theoretically increases my chances. But knowing me, my opponent is going to play Leonin Arbiter, and I would have lost any opportunity I had to actually fetch right there. It's happened! The legendary turn 2! I mean, my opponent could have a path, right? But this is the turn 2 kill if they have no interaction. Oh. Well, at the bare minimum, we're hitting them for a lot. And if they didn't have a path, that was the turn 2 kill. Hit them for 8. And our opponent can't beat it. Nice. Nice. Sorry, Death and Taxes, but nice. I don't think I want to bring in Nature's Claim just to deal with Aether Vial, so... Let's try and have another combo hand, huh? Well, that hand has a combo in it. Alright, all we need is Sorin and Morophon. And we have a tutor for Morophon. So our opponent starts Plains nothing. We draw the first Sliver, play Verdant Catacombs, pass the turn. Opponent plays Thalia. So, Overgrown Tomb, tapped. Thalia resolves. We untap and draw Overgrown Tomb. Play Overgrown Tomb tapped, pass the turn. Opponent plays Leonin Arbiter, so no Eladamri's Call for us. We draw Oath of Nissa. Play Oath. We'll take Overgrown Tomb, I guess. Rest at the bottom. Play Overgrown Tomb. I don't want them to be able to take me off black mana. Opponent plays a Skyclave Apparition, taking out Oath of Nissa. That seems like an excessive use of force to me, but... Okay, we untap. We draw Windswept Heath. So we shock Temple Garden. So we can Eladamri's Call for Morophon, but then we have to draw... we have to draw Sorin. Okay, opponent plays a Stoneforge Mystic. Can't search. Pay for Leonin Arbiter. Eladamri's Call for Morophon. Sorin one time. Ugh. Well, we tried. Alright. Run it back. Play first. We have Inquisition. We have some Spirit Guides, Eladamri's Call. We got a mulligan. We need like an actual hand of some kind, I believe. Alright, I'll keep. Put back Windswept Heath. This deck is like a really interesting combination of absolutely face-meltingly fast when it wins and utterly horrible when it doesn't. Okay, we get Sorin. Alright, now we just gotta find a Morophon. And then we have a lot of Cascades to try and find a way to win. Play Temple Garden tapped, pass the turn. Really wish we'd had an Eladamri's Call there. Eladamri's Call. Eladamri sounds way better to me than Eladamri does. Just saying. Okay, now I don't want to draw Eladamri's Call. I want to draw Morophon, please. One time. Cloud Shredder Sliver. Okay. Pass the turn. Like, I always call this Ijongo, because I swapped the G and the J around, but it's Iganjo as well. Opponent plays a Skyclave Apparition. That is annoying, but not the end of the world. Opponent hits us for 2. We go down to 17. Alright, Morophon, one time. One time Morophon. Nope. Play Nurturing Peatland. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a Silent Clearing, so we're not getting Ghost Quartered this turn. Take 4, go to 13. Sack Peatland. Draw the first Sliver, untap. Draw Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize our opponent. Just can't find Morophon. Well, we have to take Path. Pass the turn. Opponent sacks Silent Clearing to draw. Untaps. Leaves Vial on 3. No, I'm F6'd. That feels unfair. I was lagging too hard to be able to right-click. And now I lose. I lose because I was F6'd. That's tilting. I shouldn't have F6'd. I'm aware of this. I'm counting that last round as a win. We weren't winning prize anyway, but I'm very upset about that. Alright. Let's see. Okay, we did get a few wins, right? And we should have won a round. The problem is this deck relies on having like a 3 or 4 card combo to win on turn 2, or potentially even turn 1 with multiple Simian Spirit Guides. The odds of that happening are extremely low. It's very silly, and it is quite fun when it does happen. You get to do some pretty absurd stuff. The problem is it's easy to interact with on multiple levels. It's also kind of expensive. Like, you need great mana for this deck to work, and so the entire cost of this deck is in the lands, and then, like, I think Thoughtseize, Oath, and Call are the only cards in the main deck that actually matter. If you wanted to build this deck to be silly and you have the cards, go for it. You could probably win an FNM with this, much to the salt and dismay of many of your opponents, but I don't think I would take this to a GP. I don't think I'd meme that hard. So, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel if you're so inclined, and remember you can follow me on Twitch. Same username over there as you find me on here. I stream Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, though the last few have been earlier than that in the day, and I hope to see you guys there. You're all wonderful human beings, and I will talk to you later. Bye.